All right, family. Black Power is the true power with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description is in the chat. Click it. You get a video introduction rundown on the membership. What they know, you see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace. Official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories for every room in the house. I got some for your family. I know you're going to like it and love it. Get over there, check the catalog out. Get you something nice, get a discount. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com. Seti University, we talking about over 1,500 videos, more like 2,000, over 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from General Seti. We talking about the making of the white man, Black Illuminati, Too Raw for YouTube, hip hop agenda, Freemasonry exposed. We talking about Christianity, Judaism, Islam. We got Hinduism. That's right. We got all the isms exposed. We got ancient Egypt, Ethiopia. We got Awesome. We got the Naga Kushites. We got the Olmec. We got Angkor Wat. We got all the Kushite ancient empires of the world. We also got the Black Woman is God. We got hand-picked documentaries and lectures from the Grandmaster teachers. There's no other website piling it up. No other website that can compete or compare. You need to be over there, become a member today. I don't know why you ain't already. Become a member today. Seti University, generalseti.com. Everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. That's right. We talking about 500 exclusive live streams only to be seen on Patreon. You get a chance to see the general go live. I don't just upload, I go live. It's the popping this damn page on Patreon, blowing up. It's going up every day. You see what I'm saying? Because people recognizing it's fire. And so get over there. We got something for everybody. Get that work, family. I'm on Rumble. I'm ready to rumble on Rumble, the Black Power scholar that won't stumble or fumble. And I'm about to set their ass on fire over there. And so be a part of that. Be a part of the general. You know, I'm on the attack. I'm going into new lands and I'm causing havoc. I want all them goddamn Cro-Magnums to bring it on. Goddamn it, I'm gonna handle them all by my goddamn self. I'm ready, family. So become a part of that energy over there. To all the family out there, donate to the general. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there want to donate to the general, you know, you understand, you could donate. The link right down in the video description and chat. Click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now we talking about why the Bible is not the oldest book in the world. I don't know where you niggas been. And I see people actually think and believe some shit like that. Foolish niggas. Did I put this on Facebook? I know it's a lot of good Christians on Facebook too. I hope you niggas is out there. Don't run, nigga. Don't run. I know it's Sunday. I know you didn't went up in there and the preacher been slobbing all over. Motherfucker got to have a whole goddamn towel set to get the motherfucking slobber all up off the goddamn podium and shit and this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? All type of breath mints and shit. You motherfucker hooping and hollering, slobbing all over the guy, lying like a motherfucker. You understand? Just come up out of Diddy's house and shit. You understand? We know you TD snakes and all the rest of the snakes and shit. The snakes in the pulpit. We know what you've been doing. You understand? And so yeah, and so and you're lying to the people, lying to them, talking about this is the oldest book ever known. Nigga, please. The lies must cease. It must cease. There's no longer we can be told lies like this. They're kidnapping our divinity, they're kidnapping our history and our legacy, and we must come forward with this damn knowledge. Let me get this book. Let me get this book over here. Come on in there, nigga. I know I put it on fake book. Is it on fake book? I don't know if it's on fake or not. It might be, because usually somebody pop up on fake book. I ain't saying they fake, but that's, you know what I'm saying? I know you niggas over there, y'all posting all your little church material today. I come to fuck it up. I come with the truth. Yeah, we come to the bus right on in. Now we come straight to the book. Now I'm gonna show you why. Oh, we got, yeah, one of the family came in. That let me know the good Christian. You know, I ain't saying the one that came in is a Christian. I just be knowing there's a lot of Christians on Facebook. And I know y'all see me when I go live. And so I know, you know, my good family out there, I know you niggas just came out of church. I love you. I love you. But you gonna get this work today, nigga. I know you been in there hooping and hollering. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, you been hooping and hollering today. Talking about what God said and God said and God. Nigga, give me God's phone number since God said it. And I keep telling you niggas, God, I talk to God when nigga call me. I ain't had a nigga call me yet. Anytime God you talk to God, then you call me, nigga, and on the three-way, so I can talk to God. I'm gonna give y'all the link, you, God, and whoever else. Nigga, and if you can't get God and you can get John the Baptist or Enoch or any one of them motherfuckers, call me. You understand what I'm saying? Because goddamn it, I want the inside scoop. I want to get you over here on Sirod. You would be the first motherfucker that I interview right here on Sirod Sunseti YouTube page. You see, God said, you know, and I say this over and over because I mean it to the bottom of my heart. And I explain this and I want y'all to memorize this. Any motherfucker say, man, God said, and so, you know, and every time you say something in the Bible, you got a motherfucker that's ready to step up and say what God means. I say, well, when you show the contradiction, they always say, well, God mean, motherfucker, if you could correct God and you know everything and what God mean, nigga, you God. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's like, you know, I don't see no footnotes down in here where it say, if you don't understand, see this nigga that about to tell you what God mean. I don't see your name in here, nigga. Where at in the footnote? If you don't understand it, that it say, see you, nigga. Where it say that at? Where your name in the footnotes, nigga? Yeah, and so always you got a nigga that's supposed to be a representative of God. Now I explain this to y'all, and I've been explaining it like this for so long. Because you know, people be coming to a nigga house and a lot of times they don't even be who they say they are. They don't even be they put on fake costumes and they come in there and they say they here to read your meter or something like this, and it's something in the basement and they need to come in and check, and they stick the people up. And so they were sticking so many goddamn peoples up that they make, you know, if you work for the city or any company, you know, they had a badge. You see what I'm saying? They had a name on there, they numbers and shit and this, that, and the third. And it says, if you don't feel comfortable with this individual, you could call this number. Can I see your ID? And you can ask them, and they say, not a problem. You can call this number, and you can verify that I am a representative. I work for the electric company, the water company, any company. They supposed to have an identification badge, and it's a phone number where you can call them and say, is this is this an employee of your company? And they can verify. What's the number? Okay, that's, yeah, he is an employee of the electric company, the water company. You could do that. And so since these niggas claim to be a representative of God, then they should have an identification badge. God should give you these niggas an identification badge, and when they show up to your house or with the Bible, talking about they are representative of God. They supposed to have an identification badge and a number given by God. So if you in a number, you could call and say, God, did you send this nigga over to my house? I want to know this nigga walking around with your good book, and I want to know, God, did you get this nigga permission to represent you? I'm sick of you bitch niggas that be out here talking about y'all a representative of God. Nigga, I need to know God's phone number so I can call God up and verify that you are a representative of God. Okay? And so I have never seen a nigga show up with no identification badge. So I cannot verify that you know nothing about this book. And I'm sick of you niggas. And you know what I'm saying? Talking about you know what God means. Well, motherfucker, you, and every time you say something, oh, this is what God means. Well, you God, motherfucker. You know everything. You goddamn, every time somebody puts something up here, this is what God means. Well, bitch, nigga, you God. You God then, nigga. Goddamn, you know everything that God mean. And you know what I'm saying? It don't mean what it say it mean. It means something totally different. Okay. All right. And so now let's deal with, now this comes from the general now. I want y'all to understand that. Now, when we talk about the oldest book, is the Bible the oldest book? And so I want all you good niggas out there, especially if you're in the church, I want you to hear me out. You understand what? Wait, a matter of fact, let me see here. Let me go here where God gave Moses. Where's that shit at? I want to get in here. Wait a minute. Matter of fact, let me go to Acts. Let me go to Acts. Let me go to Acts. Okay? Let me go to Acts. And then I'm gonna see. Let me go to Acts. And I'm gonna put the Acts on their ass with Acts. Yeah, let me go to Acts. Where Acts at? Let me go straight in here. Let me go to work. Let me go to work. Let me run this shit down on you niggas. Talking about the Bible is the oldest book in the world. What kind of fool do you take me for, nigga? I know better than that. The motherfucker running around in the desert with goats and shit and talking about y'all have some books. Nigga, y'all didn't know what a goddamn book was until an African showed you what a book was. Here we go. Acts. Which one is it? I believe it was 21. I believe it's 21. And wait a minute. Is it 21? Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. No, it's 7. No, I'm Wait a minute. Let me get to where I'm supposed to be at. I gotta get on my sword shit. Wait a minute. Is it I believe it is. Let me go. I'm just a little bit. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. I got you niggas. Okay. Wait a minute. Now where it say okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Now, first and foremost, a lot of people, let me tell y'all, they believe that Genesis is the first book of the Bible. And it's not. Okay, I just want y'all to understand that the first book of the Bible, based on chronology, not just because Genesis deals with supposedly the creation of the world and man and all of that, because of the information that it deals with, it was placed first, but it wasn't written first. See what I'm saying? And that's key. You see, that's key. You see, so we have to deal when you look at Genesis. When you look at Genesis, I'm gonna tell you what it says. When you go to the first chapter, I'm gonna read what it say to you. I'm gonna clear this shit up for you niggas. I'm sick of you lying. It says the first book of Moses, Genesis. That's what it says. The first book of Moses, Genesis. Now, this is what we got to do. It said, now, when you go to Acts, it gives a biography, a short biography of Moses. Okay? And it says, and what it deals with actually the birth of Moses. You see, and it deal with if you start at Acts 7 and you start at the 20th verse, it says in which time Moses was born and was exceedingly fair That don't mean he was light skinned or nothing, or white or nothing like that. That just mean that he was handsome, okay, and nourished up in his father's house 3 months. And when he was cast out, Pharaoh's daughter took him up and nourished him for her own son. Okay? So we already know that before Moses wrote Genesis, before he wrote Exodus, I mean, we talking about they already got a divine kingship in Egypt. They already they in the new kingdom of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? They in the damn last stages of ancient Egypt. They ain't even in the early stages. And so he was in the goddamn put in the river Nile, and the Pharaoh's daughter took him up and nourished him for her own son. So we know he looked like the Pharaoh, because they say that Pharaoh put a hit out on all the young boys from, I believe, 3 down, the age of 3 on down. And so ain't no way he gonna raise a child in his own house if he just put a hit out according to the Bible on all the Hebrew boys. Why would he raise one in his goddamn house if it didn't look like him? You understand what I'm saying? And that that the Pharaoh's daughter wasn't able to make it seem as if the boy wasn't her own. Okay, and so obviously that they looked alike. And so it says in Moses, this is Acts 7:22, it says, and Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians and was mighty in words and in deeds. Now, when it said that Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, I ask any nigga that go to the church, well, what was it that he learned? It said he was learned in all the wisdom. That doesn't mean a little bit. You understand? So he knew all the deities, Amen, Ra, all the deities. He knew that. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? Honor thy mother and thy father. He knew that, because you can see Isis with the child Horus up there. That's the mother. So the honor thy mother and father was already commandments. Thou shalt not kill. That was already a commandment in Egypt. So y'all not talking about that. You see? Because he fled when he killed Pharaoh's soldier. He fled Egypt because he knew it was laws against murder. So y'all niggas up here rewriting this shit, trying to steal the legacy of ancient Egypt, and we just not gonna let you niggas do it. And it says, and listen to me. Now it says, now listen, and now what y'all got to understand that Moses lived to be 120 years old. Okay? And so what Acts do for you, it breaks his life down in 3 40-year periods. Okay? It breaks it down. It tell you what happened in each 40-year period. And it says when Moses was full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel. Now the man was 40 fucking years old before he realized he was an Israelite. Now I don't know how he became an Israelite after 40 years. I mean, it don't say how he came to know that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if Gabriel whispered in his ear. I don't know. I don't know if Enoch sent him a letter from heaven. I don't know how the motherfucker figured it out. You've been in Egypt for 40 motherfucking years, living in Pharaoh's house, educated in African religion, educated in African language, and you mean to tell me after 40 years, somehow you figure out you are Israelite. So that's the first 40 years. Now, what you must understand, after the first 40 years of his life, there is no Bible. Okay? He didn't write the Bible in the first 40 years. Okay? The first book, Genesis, Exodus, he couldn't have wrote because and we're going to deal with that. But there is no Bible yet. Yet and still, Egypt is already ancient. It's already got millions of scrolls, all type of language all over the wall. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all motherfuckers not talking about that. And so it says, and when he was a full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children children of Israel, and seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed, and he smote the Egyptian. He murdered the Egyptian. So he was a murderer. He was a murderer now. You know, Moses was a murderer. And he supposed, listen, for he supposed his brethren would have understood how that God by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not. Now that's a goddamn lie. They lying like a motherfucker, because God hadn't even talked to Moses yet. See, they thinking niggas is dumb. God hadn't even talked to Moses. God talked to Moses at the burning bush. He hadn't. So how would he have known, that how God by his hand would? He didn't know none of that, because he hadn't even been chose yet to be the deliverer. See, they thinking niggas is dumb, but I know better than that. Don't bring that weak shit to me. I see where you're lying right there. And the next day he showed himself unto them as they strove, and would have set them at and would have set them at one again, saying, Sirs, ye are brethren. And so they were fighting. You see, the two Hebrews, why do you wrong one to another? But he that did his neighbor wrong thrust him away, saying, Who made thee a ruler and judge over us? Will thou kill me as thou did didst the Egyptian yesterday? So he attacked him. He said, "You gonna kill me like you killed the Egyptian?" You see what I'm saying? And Moses fled at this saying, and was a stranger in the land of Midian, where he begot two sons. So he knew that, people knew he had murdered the Pharaoh soldier, so he fled Egypt. So there were laws against murder before he went up on Mount Sinai. I'm sick of you niggas. Keep talking about God gave a motherfucker some laws that's already being practiced on the earth. Okay, and so now, listen to me. And when 40 years were expired, there appeared to him in the wilderness of Mount Sinai an angel of the Lord in a flame of fire in a bush. When Moses saw it, he wondered at the sight, and as he drew near to behold it, the voice of the Lord came unto him. So that's when God talked to him. You see what I'm saying? So that first part, how that he didn't know nothing about that they were going to be delivered to nothing. So that was a goddamn lie. Stop lying. God damn. That's all you motherfuckers do is lie. And so when Moses saw it, he wondered. So at the burning bush, he 80 years old. He's 80 years old at the burning bush. He only lived to be 120. He's already 80. You see what I'm saying? And so this motherfucker gray-haired, even in the Ten Commandments, they show Moses 80 years of motherfucker gray-haired and every motherfucking thing. You see what I'm saying? And so when Moses saw it, he wondered at the sight, and as he drew near to it, and so saying, I am God of thy fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, then Moses trembled and durst not behold. And then said the Lord to him, Put thy shoes from thy feet, for the place where thou standest is holy ground. I have seen the affliction of my people, which is in Egypt, and I have heard their groaning, and come down to deliver them. And now I will send thee into Egypt. This Moses, whom they refused, saying, Who made thee a ruler and judge? The same did God send to be ruler and deliverer by the hand of the angel which appeared to him in the bush. Wait a minute, now let me get down here. It's going to deal with the last 40 years of his life. He brought them out after that, showed wonders and signs in the land of Egypt. And listen, and in the Red Sea and the wilderness 40 years. So they was in the wilderness for the last 40 years of his life. And that's where he got the books. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where he got the books, in the last 40 years of their wandering in the wilderness. Okay, so when it get down there, so now that's clear. You see, so when you can't put Genesis before Exodus, you see what I'm saying? Because Exodus show you how he got the books. You see, Exodus start with Moses coming down the Nile River as a baby. He didn't have no goddamn books in the first 40 years of his life. He didn't have no goddamn books in the second 40-year period of his life. He got the books in the last 40 motherfucking years of his life. So you have to put Exodus chronologically. Exodus is the first book of the Bible. You can't put Genesis before Exodus, because he did not get Genesis, he did not get Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. He did not get any of them books into the last 40-year period of his life. The reason why they put Genesis first, because they did not want the goddamn book to open up in Egypt. That's why they put the goddamn Genesis first. They did not want the book to open up in Egypt, because at that time, goddamn it, Egypt was already 2,000 years old. And they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? And so they had to inject Genesis in there and say, and put some goddamn, and Noah, the water washed away the world and all of that shit. Let me tell you something. Noah didn't write a book. Okay? So if you was depending on Noah to inform you about the book of God, it ain't nowhere in there where it said God told Noah to write a book. Abraham didn't write no book. You see what I'm saying? Jacob didn't write no goddamn. Enoch did. They say, but that's bullshit. Enoch didn't write no goddamn book neither. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't say God. It didn't say God told Enoch to write a book. You understand what I'm saying? The only one that it was said that, and it said God. Wait a minute, where that shit at was? It said God told Moses to write the law in a book. Wait a minute, let me get that shit. Exodus is the first book, but they did not want the goddamn book to open up in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was gonna fuck it all up. So they had to create something in front of it to mislead you. But once you understand that Moses is the author of the book, it become irrelevant. Because you got so much, history before Moses. You understand what I'm saying? Moses came in the new kingdom. It's all type of scriptures, papyrus, holy scrolls that existed before the Bible, and Moses was learned in it. Then I'm gonna ask y'all something before I get up off of here, because the Hebrews Moses was the first literate Hebrew. There was no Hebrew was known to be literate before Moses. Okay, let's be clear about that. You see, Moses is the one that is the deliverer. You see, he's the lawgiver. Okay, this is what's taught about Moses. When you talk about Adam and Eve and Abraham, those are literary characters in the book of Moses. You cannot put the characters before the author. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you cannot put literary, because the author is the one that brought forward the book. I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay, you cannot put the literary characters before the author who wrote the book. Didn't nobody know Noah until Genesis. Nobody knew of Abraham till Genesis. Nobody knew of any of those characters until Genesis. And the author of that book was Moses. I don't give a fuck how old do they say that these characters were than Moses. Nobody knew of them. There was not another book that ever talked about Abraham or Noah or none of that shit other than Genesis, which was written by Moses. And you cannot put literary characters before the goddamn author. Fool. I'm sick of you niggas. And so it said that God told Moses to write it in a book. Where that shit at? Where that shit at? I might not find it right now. But so now the question becomes, If he wrote it in the book, listen to me now. What language did he write it in? Because he was only learned in one language. That was ancient Egyptian. There wasn't no Hebrew at that time. You see what I'm saying? There is no place in the Bible. Anybody that's a scholar in the Bible, they understand that the Hebrews never is nowhere in the Bible where it says the language of the Hebrews or the Israelites. It is referred to as the language of Canaan. That's what it says in Isaiah, that 5 cities in Egypt would speak the language of Canaan. It is not the language of the Hebrews. They didn't have no script until they went into Canaan. They took the Phoenician, and you get Bible from Byblos, which is a Phoenician city. Okay, so the language of the Hebrews is Phoenician. They wrote in for, but they didn't get that until they conquered Canaan. Moses never went into Canaan. He was forbidden to go into Canaan because he had forsaken God. So he was buried before the Israelites went into Canaan. Joshua took the Israelites into Canaan. So Moses never knew Canaan. He never went into Canaan. So the question is, if God told Moses to write the book and put the law in the book, the question becomes, what language did he write it in? And the answer is, he wrote it in ancient Egyptian, and the Bible wouldn't have looked, and he wrote it on papyrus, because Byblos is another term of Phoenician for papyrus. Look it up. So if he wrote it on papyrus and he wrote it in the ancient Egyptian script, it wouldn't have looked no different than any other ancient Egyptian manuscript that you see out there. That's what it would have looked like. He did not write it in Hebrew because he never knew no goddamn Hebrew. What the fuck is you talking about? They didn't even have a written script at that time. The fuck is y'all talking about? Sick of you niggas. All right. So that right there destroys the myth of the Bible being the oldest book in the world. Okay? I'm sorry to tell you this. I know it's a lot of motherfuckers. What they say? What they say? Yeah, what they saying? I ain't even paying. Yeah. I ain't even paying no. Yeah. What they out there talking about? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I keep lying, man. What you talking about out there? That's right. Emmanuel. It don't make no difference. It don't make no. I understand Emmanuel. Ehamuel. I know who that is. It's some etymology that must be explained in that. It must be explained in that. But we'll deal with that on another. It don't change the fact. It don't change them facts. All right, family. We just getting busy. I want y'all to hit me up. I want y'all to hit some of them links. I want y'all to support the general. We coming back with some more motherfucking fire. I ain't going nowhere. I'm on you niggas next tonight. This is the general saying, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.